It's Week 7 of the National Football League, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Colts and the Chargers, and it's all just ahead on Madden NFL 25.
This is the NFL on EA Sports. We're 10 miles south of downtown LA as you get a look inside SoFi Stadium here in Inglewood. And thanks for having us in. Mike Tirico and Greg Olson with you. Buckle up, partner. I think this is going to be an aerial show. Both of these teams giving us the hint that the ball's going to be in the air a lot in this one.
Oh, no question. I think both teams were very clear in our weekly meetings that that was going to be the plan. And what we see right now in today's modern football, Mike, is the direct correlation between explosive plays, in this case,
definitely ready. So are we. Off we go on EA Sports. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. So here come the Chargers, the offense, getting set to come out, led by their quarterback, the 6th overall pick of the 2020 draft. It's Justin Herbert.
It's not often that you can win by multiple scores in the NFL, so you got to imagine they're coming into this week's game with a lot of confidence. They were able to put together a pretty well-rounded performance in all 3 phases last week. So, again, can they build off that? Can they continue to grow as an entire team? Because offense, defense, and solid contribution from their special teams, they showed last week, and going forward, this is going to be a hard team to beat.
Now some movement up front, and we'll hear from our referee for the first time here today. Shotgun now for Herbert. That's complete to the TCU man, Quentin Johnston. A gain there of 16 yards. First down, L.A.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, balls on time, results in a nice first down pickup. I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
Get about 6 before he's taken down. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Now the Chargers will use the first of their timeouts. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Now the Colts will use the first of their timeouts. Herbert going to try to throw on 3rd down. This pass caught right side. It's Allen. 10 yards the gain on the pitch and catch. And the Chargers have the first down.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
And that'll be a pickup of 3. 2nd and 7.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Back to the ground. He'll get it again. He'll take this forward for about a yard at best. DeForest Buckner brings him down. Play 8 of the opening drive coming up, and now they face 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Herbert. He's got his man. Allen with the connection. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. Play action now. It's Herbert. Downfield, that's Constant. He's got it. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5.
Well, this is how you dream up the opening script. You get the ball first, and you want to go down and set the tone for the rest of the game. Well, it looks like the coaches did a great job when they built that script during the week. But that big-time throw, they got a shot now with 1st and goal to end this opening drive with a touchdown.
This has been a solid opening drive. They're knocking on the door. 1st and goal. Tight end motioning left. They'll try to run this one in. And he will power his way into the end zone. Touchdown Chargers. It's his 3rd touchdown on the year. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
Seven 0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. This is fielded inside the 5. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The Colts offense going to take the field here for the first time. They're led by their man at quarterback out of the University of Florida. It's Anthony Richardson.
Last week, when you go back and watch and study this tape, Mike, the problem is at the quarterback position, you need to be a difference maker. Last week, they were trying to overcome his poor performance, and you're just not going to be able to do that week in and week out at this level. Your quarterback has to be a driving force. He has to be a productive player within your system, and when you turn the ball over the way he did last week and not really lead to any points or any real sustained success on offense, that is a hard combination if you expect to win. So they're going to need more production, they're going to need more touchdowns, and they're going to need less turnovers. It's asking a lot. It's a big change from last week, but without it, I don't know if they can expect the results to ever change.
Here now, 3rd and 5. Out of the shotgun, Richardson. He's got his man. That's down. And he's going to be brought down inside the 15.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
On the move at the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Richardson will give it to Taylor. What more could you ask for on 1st down? Nice run of 8, setting up 2nd and short. On the ground for the first time, this is Khalil Herbert. And it doesn't appear that he got to that 1st down marker. They'll only give him a yard, so it'll set up 3rd down. From the gun, Richardson. That is caught, and they'll stop him just short of the goal line, but they are going to have enough to convert. It's going to be 1st and goal. They'll run here with Taylor. He slams it in there, and he is in. Jonathan Taylor, touchdown Colts.
And what a response by this offense. It's not easy taking the field, Mike, for the first time in the game, and you find yourself already down a score. They watch their opponent kind of march down the field and score on the opening possession, And they're able now to go out and square it on up. Allows you to take a deep breath, maybe get a little confidence for your defense to go out and get a stop. And they come over with this extra point. We got ourselves a tie ball game.
That ties the game at 7.
Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. A safe kick taken at the 5. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Chargers offense ready to see the football for the second time. We'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Herbert. Quickly to the outside and complete.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
On 2nd down, they run the counter. And he is fortunate to get past the line of scrimmage. Call it a yard at most. Zaire Franklin that time, there for the tackle. From the gun on 3rd down, Herbert. Oh, big hole left side. And he will score. Matt McConkey. Touchdown, L.A. Dicker now for the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Chargers will move out to a 14-7 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. Here comes a return from the 5. Oh, he'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Colts offense and Anthony Richardson getting ready for their next drive. And he has been doing it through the air and on the ground this first month of the season. Currently leading the NFL in rush yards by a quarterback. They'll start this on the ground. It's Taylor. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
On 1st down, they'll stay with Taylor on the ground. And not a whole lot will come from that one. To about the 39. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Here's Richardson. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short. They'll try and run for this. It's Taylor. And he is going to have a Colts 1st down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert on 3rd and 1. They'll go again here with Taylor. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. 2nd down and 8. They run out of the gun, and it's Herbert. And he'll be taken down, and that's going to do it. That's the last play of the 1st quarter. So they'll talk over what to do on this 3rd down play as we have hit the end of the 1st quarter. The Chargers out to the early lead. We're back in Southern California in a moment. from the gun on third down. Richardson. He's got his man. Right side. It's complete. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
Offensively, landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that would be a bit of a letdown.
Second and a yard. Give up the middle to Taylor. He'll get this inside the 20. A nice run. They're in the red zone. It's first down.
Second down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
Open man. That's Alec Pierce. And the Colts are going to have a first and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Here's Herbert. And he will not get in from there. In fact, I think he was shoved backwards a little bit.
In these goal-to-go situations backed up on your own goal line, Mike, what they teach the defense is it's your job to establish a new line of scrimmage, and that's exactly what they did here. Watch the push they get. The offensive line goes
powering forward. He's in. Jonathan Taylor. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Second touchdown of the game. Season total now up to 5. What a standout performance early on in this one. That his second rushing touchdown of the game.
And some backs, Mike, they just have a sense of finding the end zone and being able to finish off these runs. That's exactly what this guy has been able to do today, and we're just getting started.
That ties the game at 14.
We are all square. 14 apiece. The score as this one's away. The return starts from the 5. Now an opening past the 30. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. The Chargers offense and their big play wideout getting set for their next possession. This one, everything we could have hoped for to this point. All even at 14. They'll start this drive with first down. Herbert. They'll look to set up the screen here.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
Here's Herbert. Right side and hauled in by McConkey. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
He'll inch forward for maybe a yard. Latu there to bring him down. Here's second and 9.
Brings up second and 9.
On play action, now Herbert. And the rush too strong. They're in there in a flash for the sack.
And I like the idea of moving the pocket. It makes it harder for the defense to rush the passer, but you have to account for the end man on the line of scrimmage, and that guy's job is to set an edge. Nobody gets outside of me. In this case, the quarterback. You've got to be better protecting your edges anytime you put your quarterback on the move.
He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throw away.
I'm always curious how defenses come back on the field after allowing a touchdown on the previous possession, and so far I'm liking what I see. There's no heads being held low. There's no dwelling and thinking back to that last drive. They've come out and completely dominated this next possession.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. On 1st down, they'll start with Taylor. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Now Richardson gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And that'll go for a gain of 7, and it's going to set up 3rd down. Richardson going to look to throw. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And he'll wind up out of bounds past the 45-yard line. They get an even 20 on that one. That's good for a Colts 1st down.
Now this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and these drag routes can be very, very effective.
Pressure gets there, and down he goes. Khalil Mack, 3-time All-Pro, in there to bag another one. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Looking to throw, Richardson. That's the tight end, Mo Alley Cox. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. Now Richardson. Quickly out to Downs on the receiver screen. And he'll be stopped short of a 1st down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down. The Colts about set to punt. On the return for the Chargers, it's Darius Davis. And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. The Chargers offense and the wideout getting set to go once more. And it may be time for this defense to start throwing a second defender at him, maybe. Look at what he's done. Whatever the defense has tried in the 1st half, it hasn't worked. Pistol here for Herbert. That's caught by the tight end, Tyler Conklin. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Out of the gun, here's a run up the gut. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's 3rd down. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. The training staff going to look, and will step out for a moment. Trying to pick this one up on the ground. He'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
That's just a great job defensively, Mike. Here's a chance they have to get off the field. They sell out for the run. They know it's coming, and they're able to force a 4th down.
Timeout, Indianapolis. That is their 2nd. Here's J.K. Scott now, as he's on to punt for the 2nd straight drive. That is fielded at the 20. That could have broken for a bigger return, but as it is, nice job getting his offense a start out past the 30-yard line. Here's Jonathan Taylor and the Colts offense heading back for their next possession. They'll work in a tie game here in the 2nd quarter and get started with 1st and 10. Now he'll run it, and he'll gain yards. yardage and able to get down at the end of the play. He'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Throwing is Richardson. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down. 3rd down and 9. Richardson. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate
in. Davis to return it. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The Chargers offense going to see what they can do in the final minute of this first half. They'll start out 1st down and 10. He fumbled the football. And I think one of the Chargers was, yes, he was able to get his hands on it, and they retained possession.
At their own 24-yard line.
Out of the gun, here's Herbert. There's a throw right side. It's going to be incomplete. Quentin Johnston, the man he was looking for on that one. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. And they'll elect not to run another play. Instead, just take a knee and take this on into the locker room. Here's the punter now, as this drive quickly stalled out, so he's on to punt it away. This one fielded out beyond the 25. He gets free. And he's going to bring this one back. 73 yards. Touchdown, Indianapolis. And they get the great bonus of scoring on special teams. This time the punt return unit able to put 6 up on the board.
And what we see here, Mike, is just a breakdown in the coverage. They talk all week about fanning the field, controlling the returner, keeping them on your inside arm. In this case, 2 guys get stacked behind each other. They leave just enough space for this returner to operate in, and the next thing you know, they're looking at him in the end zone.
So we have reached halftime here. It is a 6-point difference at the break, as we send you back east to sunny Florida. Standing by with our EA Sports Halftime Report, it's the coach, Jonathan Coachman.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. More from you and Greg in a moment. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here and what's already been an eventful afternoon of football. We'll begin our tour out at Nissan Stadium in Nashville, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Drake May, a touchdown pass in the victory. From there, we head north to Minnesota, check on the Vikings at home at US Bank Stadium. And things didn't work out for them as they fall to the visiting Philadelphia Eagles. Jalen Hurts, 2 touchdown passes as his guys remain unbeaten. Finally, we head to the shores of Lake Erie, see what's going on with the Cleveland Browns. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Miami Dolphins. Kenny Pickett, a very good performance as his guys run the record now to 5-2. We saw former rushing champ Jonathan Taylor be a big-time factor in that first half. He chipped in a couple of touchdown runs as he was running with determination right from the word go. We saw a couple of high-octane offenses getting it done in the first half. Both teams
Third
had
quarter
no
set to
problems
commence.
moving the football.
And
you
we're
have to
back
think,
underway
the
here
team
on
whose
EA
defense
Sports.
shows up in the second half is
He
going to be
fields
the
it
one who
at
walks
the 8.
out of here with a
And
victory.
he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Colts offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. They work with a 6-point advantage as they start this drive on 1st and 10. Here's Richardson. That one into the hands of Downs. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. They'll run here with Kill. And this is going to be a Colts first down. He's up to the 45-yard line.
This is where you have to be careful, Mike. You find yourself winning in the second half. Human instinct says, all right, let's just sit on the ball and protect the lead and let the clock run out. You can't do that. Stay aggressive. Do what got you here. Continue to mix the run with the pass. Keep your foot on the gas and try to extend this lead. Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming. And he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
Now the Chargers will use the first of their timeouts. 2nd and 11. Out of the shotgun, Richardson. He'll take a deep shot for Downs. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. From the gun, Richardson. That's complete. Jonathan Taylor out of the backfield. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down. The Colts about to kick this one away. And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. The home team's offense ready for their first possession of this second half. The deficit, 6 points. A touchdown here would be mighty nice for the offense. See what they can do on this drive. 1st and 10. They'll run it for the first time with Najee Harris. And he's out of bounds, up beyond the 40-yard line.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
On play action now. Oh, they're on him in a flash, and he's lost the football. But this is taken in by a teammate.
Sometimes these games in the NFL, Mike, they get decided by simply how the ball bounces. I mean, how often do we see a quarterback in the pocket get strip sack, and that ball ends up going the other direction? Fortunately for them, they can regroup, get back in the huddle, and live another day. Ball falls into the hands of his own guy, and they'll see if they can dodge this bullet.
From the gun, it's Herbert. There is his tight end, Disley. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down. Allen in motion. Herbert going to try to throw on 3rd down. Now a screen set up for Harris. And he's going to get there. He got the first down, not by a whole lot, but that'll keep this drive rolling. Now, flags come in. Into the center. Forgot the snap count. Following the penalty, they'll run it. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
Well, as you can see on this run, this is a back who is not going to shy away from contact. He actually welcomes it. His ability to run through contact, break tackles, and still have the speed and burst to pick up big yards.
They'll go with a counter on first down, and he'll get maybe a yard. That's it. Zaire Franklin that time, there for the tackle. Here's a 2nd and 9. Now a first carry for the Alabama product, Najee Harris. And good hard running will get him down close to a first down. Might be a yard short. Herbert to throw on 3rd and 1. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
And the Chargers will punt, getting set to kick it away. As he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And this one's going to land out of bounds as they'll mark it inside the 20. The Colts offense ready to see what they can do. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Now a timeout Chargers here. That's their 2nd. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Throwing, Richardson. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's a run with Taylor. He is met and dropped. Good defense. Loss of a couple on that play.
When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back.
And this drive is over before it can start. He's swallowed up to force the 4th down.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front because right now, their pass protection is breaking down, and this quarterback's paying the price for it.
And now here comes the punt team, as he'll be standing just inside the back line of the end zone. That's taken in at the 50. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. So now here comes the Chargers as they get set to take over once more. They'll start from the plus side of midfield, looking to possibly take the lead here. It's 1st and 10. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. They'll stick with him again. Good running there. He's got the first down inside the 30. Shotgun now for Herbert. He connects with Disley.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
Matt McConkey, the one he was looking for. And that'll set up 4th down. Here's Cameron Dicker now on for the field goal. This one from 39 yards out. Dicker's kick is good. And the Chargers will cut the lead from 6 down to 3.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Following the kickoff, we have an injured player on the field. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. Richardson will give it to Taylor. Not much happening there, just a short game. On second down, Richardson. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40.
Every quarterback's dream is, can I get the ball out of my hand as fast as possible and get it to a guy that can do the rest after the catch? And it seems like nowadays, throughout the entire league, the best offenses thrive in yards after the catch.
And he's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Out of the gun, here's a give to Taylor. And he will have the first down. Not a huge run, but enough to move the chains. Zone read, and they hand it to Herbert. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Here's 2nd and 6. So we are through 3. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Here's a 2nd and 6. Zone read, it's a give to Taylor. That one never got started. Defensive pressure too much, and they drop him in the backfield. This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. To throw, it's Richardson. Throw right side, pulled in by Mitchell. Searching for some kind of seam to go forward. It's not there. They get him behind the line. 4th down coming up. Punt team out, ready to send this one away. As they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. The home team's offense starting to trot out for this next possession. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. And a good job following his blockers. A gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. On the handoff, it's Harris. And he's going to get this to the 37-yard line.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst, they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
On 1st down, right back to Harris. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. They'll turn and hand this one off. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up third down.
He's brought down at the 42-yard line. It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Now the Colts will use the first of their timeouts. Big play coming up. This is third down. Now it's Herbert. He's got the open man. That's McConkey.
Critical third down conversion there, Mike. Now brings up a fresh set of downs. You find yourself here trailing in the fourth quarter. They got to go down and score, and they got to score fast.
Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. The defense all over this one. They get him behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a couple. Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. Herbert to throw. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a first down. A pickup of 9. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's second and inches. They bring their tight end right. To throw is Herbert. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And he'll try to use that size and push forward, but it will not work. They're going to get him down behind the line. Important one here. Want to keep this drive moving. Got to pick up 3rd and 4. Throwing now is Herbert. That's a short one taken in by Conklin. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
They'll run it on the inside handoff. And the Chargers are going to have a first and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
It's been a really nice drive they've been able to put together, Mike, and I think the key word is balance. Not having to rely too heavily on either the run or the pass. Continue to...
That is caught by the tight end. Will Disley. Touchdown, Los Angeles.
Look, Mike, I don't want to imply that they drew this play up specifically because this is when the league is celebrating National Tight Ends Day. But you got to admit, it's kind of fun seeing him score on this day in particular and join his fellow tight ends who have also scored throughout the league.
Point after now from Dicker. His kick is good. And the Chargers have taken a 4-point advantage. So now playing with the lead after that fourth quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. This will be returned from the 6. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Colts offense ready to take over possession of the football. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. Now Richardson. And that ball incomplete over the middle.
Timing and trust. Critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
And he'll get this ahead. Gain of about 4, and it leads to 3rd down. Richardson gonna look to throw. To the left side and taken in by Downs. And he is very close to the first down, but an eyeball ball. He is shy of it. And they say it's 4th and inches. That is fielded at the 13. And he'll get something there on the return, able to take this back to the 20-yard line. Justin Herbert back out there. He and the Chargers getting set to go once more. And he has been in control of this offense. Want to run you through some of the action from earlier on. You've got the 2 touchdown passes, over 200 passing yards. He has been excellent all game long. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Herbert. This one's going to be taken in over the middle. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Now a toss play, running left. He's going to force his way for a yard or 2, but looks like this one's going to be coming back. On play action, now Herbert. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down and 14.
Out of the gun, here's Herbert. He'll try to run for it. And he slides and covers up at the end, avoids the hit, and picked up decent yardage along the way.
And that's a great job defensively here on 3rd down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the 1st down.
This is taken at his own 30. And how about that? Nice return there, picking his way up past the 35-yard line. Here's the Indianapolis offense. Now as they get set to take over once more, they'll begin with 1st and 10. And this one is caught by Pierce. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield. So, 2 minutes to play here in the 2nd half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. Plenty of time, plus 2 timeouts at their disposal. It's 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. That one complete to Pierce. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
All right, this is a good start. Plays like these are definitely going to help as you work your way into scoring range. While you have to be wary of the clock and keep an eye on it, they should have plenty of time here to finish this drive.
He'll tuck it and take off. Good job breaking the pocket and going for 14 yards, and most importantly, a 1st down. Richardson operating from the pistol. Completing this one to Downs. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. 2nd down, 8 for the 1st down. Out of shotgun, Richardson. They go right back to Downs. He's got it again. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short. From the gun on 3rd down, Richardson. And they're going to have enough to convert here. And it sets up 1st and goal. From the gun, Richardson. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete.
They let a golden opportunity slip away on that one. That's the matchup that they wanted. They just couldn't quite capitalize on it.
Here's Taylor. And he'll get 3 yards here, down to the 2-yard line. Big play. 3rd and goal coming up. Throwing is Richardson. This is a touchdown. They were not going to be denied, and they have taken the lead here in the final minute of play.
Just an absolute clinic of putting together a drive, Mike, when you need it the most. And their ability to move the ball down the field, it worked the clock perfectly. They come away with that late touchdown, and more than likely, barring something crazy, a victory as well.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. From a yard deep, he's going to bring it out. Here's first down. To throw, it's Herbert. Now a ball thrown deep for Johnston. That is brought in. And he'll be brought down there. And that'll put a wrap on this one. Time has expired in this fourth quarter. So it's a win for the Colts. They're able to erase the memories from a week ago. A game they really did struggle in. It looked like a different group here as they respond with a solid victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long, everyone.